Back talking Cougar softball with the head coach Wendy Spratt of the Columbia College Cougars. As we get set for this upcoming season, I want to tie into a thrilling play on the men's soccer game the other night with Rafael Ramos hitting about a 45-yard bomb of a goal to start the second overtime. That's about as close as you get to a walk-off home run as far as equating it to a soccer game victory. Do you have any moments that you remember of some big walk-off wins over the years of being a Cougar softball coach?
We do. In 2005, when we finished 5th in the nation, was it 5? 2003? 4. One of those years. We were playing against Point Loma, and they're from California. And it was 0-0 ball game going into the 11th, and yeah, Hannah Sipe hit a walk-off home run to win that game. So that was pretty exciting.
Even extra, being the fact that it's in the national tournament, makes it even more memorable. And
we had never beat Point Loma at that point, so that was a pretty big win.
Another one of those, There's moments picking Coach Klein's brain. He's like, I don't remember a goal like that to win a game. Ironically, Ramos hit one similar to that a year ago to start a match, but not on a. I mean, again, that's about as close as you get in a walk-off fashion of a ball game. The softball squad, as far as the season upcoming, obviously here, snow flies at this time, and you guys hit the plane and the bus and head south. And which direction are we headed this year?
We'll go twice to Arkansas, to Central Baptist, and then we'll go to Gulf Shores again to play in that preseason tournament where they invite the top 25 down. And then the only other trip we have scheduled is spring break. This year we're going to Orlando. So
go see Mickey.
Yeah, go see Mickey.
And conference, and again here back in Columbia, games out at Timmy Field, Timmy Black Field. Dreams of another field being built on campus at some point. I don't know what you can say or not. I know that at some point I think that would be the dream scenarios to be back on campus. Would that be correct?
I think right now we're in the master plan. Last year they talked about on campus, off campus. Well, it's on campus. It's down at the end of the block now that they bought the lock and key shop. Mm-hmm. There are a few pieces of property that we don't own. They're talking 3 to 5 year window for a new field, new stadium.
Let's bring the girls over and start. Please, can we buy your building? But and just sitting and knowing that block of land back, behind the Southwell complex, just to be able to have that, to put that field back on property, I think that would be fantastic. And to get that back, because I mentioned it in the soccer broadcast the other night, somebody that's just coming back and thinks, wait, where'd the softball field go? And there's the science building. And there's just something extra to that, having that atmosphere of kids on campus walking between classes and checking out one of those 2 o'clock first pitches and be able to watch it here on campus.
Yeah, we haven't been able to get near as many students out to the games since we've moved off. And yeah, we had our alumni homecoming weekend last weekend, and Laura Small got inducted into the Hall of Fame. And while we were at the dinner, she said something to Dr. Bruder about, I hit a softball on top of the library on the field that used to be where your science building is, so that was kind of funny.
And fun back and forth for sure on that deal. And on the reverse, and I've made the comment to Bob Burchard before, with the agreement you guys have with Parks and Rec and the way that field is set up, and especially with that banner out there across the fence. I've been out there for a couple other events with my kids, and I've heard other kids say, we get to play on the Cougars field, we get to play on Columbia's field. And you see these little 9 and 10 competitive softball players, and they think that is the coolest thing in the world. To be able to play on that field. And I think that's a cool aspect to it as well. It's about the next best thing you can get without having the field here on campus yet.
It is, and they've been wonderful to work with, and they've made bigger dugouts for us. We split the batting cage cost last year. The snow came, and our current batting cage went, so we had to buy a new batting cage in the middle of the season, and so they helped us out. And so it's really been a great partnership for us in the city.
As far as in scheduling conference-wise, how's the AMC? This is so far out to even start projecting, but at the same time, the cast of characters, probably the usual suspects there in the top of the conference.
Yeah, I would say Williams Baptist, William Woods, Park, and Freed Hardeman will be our biggest competitors this year. And really, the conference has gotten a lot stronger. Hannibal, I know that they've signed a good pitcher for this year, and so they were getting better last year. Missouri Baptist is always in there. If they ever had pitching, they'd be very scary because they always have great hitters. And so I think the conference itself has gotten a lot tougher.
And again, so many discussions in all levels of college athletics with conference realignments and more schools coming in. And the two schools coming in after the Trans-South closed up with Freed-Hardeman and Mid-Continent. Just more competition makes it better. Now, does softball have a similar deal with basketball as far as a regular season winner gets an automatic berth, or is that different?
We'll have 2 berths, and one's regular season, the other
Okay.
one's tournament winner.
Okay.
If it's the same person, then the second place team in the tournament goes.
And the tournament goes, okay. What is if you were to maybe have this in the locker room or in the office or whatever, as far as the charts for, like, what are the top 2, let's go with 2 goals that you have presented to your team? What are goal A and goal B?
Win the conference, win the national tournament,
There you go.
in that order.
That's about as A and B as you can get. I was thinking, okay, I figured a C is probably more, increase your batting average by 14 points and more individual goals. But in those kind of discussions individually that you have with different players as far as, hey, what is your goal? And maybe not as much as a wins and losses or a batting average number, but an overall just improvement.
We do the individual goals that they give to me, and then we copy and give it back out. We do team goals. But this year, our primary focus has really been on playing the game at 1 pitch at a time, at the right level, not being too high, not being too low, and just every pitch being that focused and bringing our A game every time and having a best performance every time we go out.
Very good. Well, Coach, we thank you for your time. Appreciate it. And here soon we'll be over at in Timmy Black and get ready for some Cougar softball action. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Coach Wendy Spratt, Columbia College softball squad. Again, meet the members of the team on the website at columbiacougars.com. If you haven't checked out the new website, log on there and check out some of the players and the newcomers to the team and the full schedule of events, as well as when the games are going to be here in Columbia or close by if you can make a road trip over and check out the Columbia College softball squad. Thanks for watching Cougar Coaches Show here on Mediacom Channel 22.